My camera is wrapped up in this. Hang Loose, Where the Wild Things Are, by Maurice. I don't know. Zendak, I'm a wild thing. He's a scary wild thing. I'm a scary wild thing. I'm a wild thing. How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight by Jay Nolan. We're all T-Rexes. Hello, camera. Hello, hello, hello. Growl. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? I can't believe I'm doing this.
I'd like to give special attention to the first graders, the stars of our show. They've actually created all of the costumes and made them, and also created the decorations that are and props that are part of the show as well. Boys and girls, I'm going to ask that everyone be quiet. And for all the older boys and girls, if you have any cell phones, if you could shut them off, that'd be great. And I want you all to enjoy the show.
Mr. LaFerris class presents Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak.
The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said,
I'll eat you up.
So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. In and out of weeks and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws, till Max said,
Be still!
and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things.
And now, let the wild rumpus start! Now stop!
Max said, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around, from far across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried,
Oh, please don't go! We'll eat you up! We love you so! No!
so the wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year, in and out of weeks, through a day, and into the night, of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot.
Ms. Hopper's class presents to you How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight by Jane Yolen.
How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Papa comes in to turn off the light? Does a dinosaur slam his tail and pout? Does he throw his teddy bear all about? Does a dinosaur stomp his feet on the floor and shout, "I want to hear one book more"?
I want to hear one book more.
Does a dinosaur roar? How does a dinosaur say goodnight when Mama comes in to turn off the light? Does he swing his neck from side to side? Does he up and demand a piggyback ride? Does he mope? Does he moan? Does he sulk? Does he sigh? Does he fall on the top of his covers and cry? No, dinosaurs don't. They don't even try. They give a big kiss. They turn out the light. They tuck in their tails. They whisper good night. They give a big hug. Then one kiss more. Good night, little dinosaur.
Boys and girls, you were an excellent audience once again. Give yourselves a round of applause. Parents, when I ask you to stay seated, we're going to dismiss the students back to their classes, and then you are all cordially welcome to go back to the first grade and celebrate their performance with them.
I like the dinosaur book. I like doing it. I like the camera. Hi. Hey, dude. Won our terrible wars. Go away. My favorite part was when we were trees. It felt like I was a coconut tree.
I just want to thank the boys and girls for putting in so much effort this year and making this play what it was, which was a wonderful performance. I want to thank the parents, too, for being helpful, and especially my parent volunteers who came in to help. And you saw the crowds today. I mean, obviously, everybody really cares and goes that extra mile for their child, and I'm just really proud to be part of this school.
We want to thank all the parents for their help. All the kids did a wonderful job. It was absolutely fantastic. Especially like to note that they came up with all their movements, they created their costumes, they created the background, and I think they did a fantastic job with that.
We're really proud of all of them. It's been a wonderful year and a pleasure to work with them.